Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Jen Direct from the R&B Heads podcast. And today I'm just flying solo dolo, just me on my ones, but I have a special guest with me. He is what some call the best kept secret in R&B. I've been going through the Twitter streets, I'm going down the timeline and just seeing a lot of positive comments about this gentleman right here. The guest today is Chase Shakur. Chase, how are you doing, my guy?
Good, man. Pretty good. Pretty good.
And I bet, like you were saying off camera, you've been running around. You've been really having
around.
You were in New York recently. How was that trip?
Yeah, it was cool. I wouldn't move there. I don't think, at least not right now, because like I was getting lost so many times. Like
I could imagine.
it was just so many Ubers. Like traffic is crazy. I thought Atlanta was crazy. Yeah, New York got us out beat.
Yeah, it's probably a different level of confusing trying to get from one point to another, and it's like so much congestion of people.
Yeah, but it was fun though. I like Soho a lot.
That's amazing. And I know you have a show coming up in New York in July. So that's a few weeks away. So I know that must be a really exciting time for you to get to see how people actually feel about the music in person. Because tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of your come up has come over the course of this pandemic, right? So a lot of it has been while you've been inside and maybe not being able to run around the way you would like to. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, starting off, like 2020, 2021.
So how does it, what were you going to say there? I was cut you off. I feel like you might have been dropping a gem.
Nah. It was just like, I guess since the pandemic, everything was kind of like word of mouth. So that was pretty cool. Like I didn't have to really do a lot to promote the music. So it's good to see that.
I mean, great music promotes itself, and I've loved your music ever since you showed it to me, and so I'm not surprised to see.
Yeah, we grew up together.
Yeah, man, we've been at it now for a couple of years now, since I guess 2020.
Yeah.
So let's get to the EP, because the EP is out right now, and I know people are feeling that. And I got some questions. I want to try to dive into that. So, like you just said, the pandemic happened. You were inside. You're not able to run around the way you'd like to, and you've been just building through all that time. How does it feel to finally see the EP out?
Like a big fat relief. It took me the whole pandemic kind of sort of to make it. So like it feels like a big weight off my shoulder, and like I gained like a lot of clarity with my sound, how like I view it and how I hear it. Like I remember like me not liking the way I hear it, like me not liking the way I sound. And like now it's like I love it. It's very rewarding for it to be out. And now it's like a fresh sound. And like I think we did something like really different. You know?
And you speak to clarity and feeling a sense of clarity with your sound, and a sense of clarity with the music finally being out there. Can you dive deeper into that feeling of just feeling open and feeling clear with this project being out there? Can you give us some more there?
I think a lot of it is like we tried different stuff. We tried different sounds, and like the way we arrange songs is like very different. It took like a lot of like studying, a lot of like listening, a lot of repetition, so much repetition, and like trying new things out to the point where it's like we're stressed. So like hearing it now is like I get a clear understanding of like what I want to do.
Why were you stressed? Just to make sure that you got the perfect picture out of your mind and into the airwaves?
Yeah, I think it was mainly like I just wanted to make something that's like me. 100%. I didn't want it to be compared to anything else. I just wanted it to be its own like art. I think we did that.
I definitely feel that same way. As I was listening to it and just playing it from front to back, not looking at the track list or anything like that, I feel like I'm getting to know you. And I feel like you're taking me on a journey sonically with the beats, with your lyrics, and with just your tone changes, that it just feels really unique and it feels really fresh. And it gives me a sense of nostalgia, but current nostalgia. And it's really pure, and it's really good. And I feel like that really connects with people. I told Jono this one time, but it's like a bottled nostalgia. That's how I would describe your sound. Yeah, it's like you went to a different time and you pulled pieces and inspiration from a whole bunch of different mediums and poured it into your project. You spoke about doing research and the repetition. Is there any other influences outside of music that went into It'll Be Fine?
Just the influences of my like city. I wanted it to feel Atlanta. I wanted to feel like my city. I wanted to feel like you can make a moment off of it. Just enjoying it with somebody. Like I wanted that feeling. So I think that was like the only like outside influences. It's like I wanted to feel Atlanta the best way I could, but still being able to like bring something new to the table.
And why did you call the project It'll Be Fine? What's the meaning behind that title?
Called it It'll Be Fine just because like during the time of me making it, I was going through a lot, and it was like I had to find some way to balance the way I was feeling, but I didn't know how I was feeling. When I would go and ask for advice, that always be the thing they tell me. Like I asked my grandma for advice, older people around me, and like they just tell me like, yo, man, it's gonna be straight.
Like through all the pain, through all the stress and the drama, it'll be fine. It will all be okay. It's all gonna work out the way it's meant to work out.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful message.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you had to pick one song on the project to encapsulate that feeling of it's all going to be okay no matter what's going on, is there one song that you turn to for that?
Probably the very last song, You Need an Angel. I wrote that about my friend that passed away 2020. And basically that feeling that I had inspired the project. The feeling of trying to find the answer or trying to say something that's like beautiful, but not knowing how to say it in the right way. You have a lot to say. You have a lot. You got relationships, you got life, you got the ups and downs of life. You don't really know how to explain that. And I think like with music, I think you can say something without it being a verbal thing. That's the interesting thing about the project. You don't have to explain it through the lyrics all the time. It's mainly like the sonics. You know?
There was certain parts of the production where at the end of a song, you guys would flip the beat completely or let the beat ring out for a certain amount of time. Are those moments sonically that explain that feeling for you?
Yeah.
Okay, man. Some of those beats during some of that time, I wish were full songs, man. I hope that one day.
I remember.
Yeah, I hope one day you and your team, you guys will go back and maybe you're in a more deeper moment of clarity and you can find the words to describe that feeling you're going through. But myself, as a selfish fan, I would love to hear what Shakur would put down on some of those sonic feelings. So one thing I've noticed about you, and all these things you're telling me right now, you're telling me about, not being able to describe it verbally. So you're going to describe it sonically, going through the things you've gone through and all of the different repetitions. It screams to me that you're very meticulous about your craft. You take it seriously, and you will spend a long time working on one song. I mean, I could go through my phone and probably find so many different editions of It'll Be Fine that you're like, yo, check this out. So it makes me want to ask the question, where does this desire for evolution come from? This desire to never settle with what I think is dope or what maybe the people around you think is dope and want to elevate it. Where does that come from?
I think it just comes from like always wanting to throw people off. I don't want people to get it the first listen. You got to keep them interested. I think there's always something you can add. There's always a way for something to be greater than what it already is. So, and plus, I'm the type of person, I don't know when something's done. They got to take it from me.
Whoever's listening right now, you heard it here first. If you see a Shakur leak or anything like that, just throw it on Spotify, throw it on Apple Music, because he's not going to put it up there for us, man. We gotta be the ones to force him to, but we got to jump in.
Screen recording. That's funny.
What'd you say?
He started screen recording on my Instagram lives whenever I like play new music.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, dang. I gotta stop with snitch.
But that's when we all have like that artist that we're a fan of, that we can only hear snippets, and like there's like somebody posted an IG live of artist Y working in the studio, and that's what's on YouTube, and people have been rocking with that for years, and then that song becomes like a mythical beast onto itself. We're like, damn, we're never gonna get It'll Be Fine too, but this is what it might have sounded like. It's what Chase was trying to throw down for us. That I feel like that's a sign that you're really starting to move up, man.
I really appreciate all that. Like, it's really crazy. Like, I always tell you, like, if you told me like the support
now would be there. Like 2 years ago, I wouldn't believe you. So I'm really thankful for all of it, for real.
So another question I have, because I always go to nostalgia with you. I always go to feeling like this is familiar, but it's something I haven't heard before. What do you think of the art of sampling in music? And I have a follow-up question to that, but simply,
Okay.
what are your thoughts on sampling?
I think sampling is fun. Like, I think that's like the funnest part. I think that's what made artists like Kanye go crazy, like how he did. It's kind of like morphing. You get to make something new, like out of something old. That's like beautiful.
It's like recycling, a bottle and turning it into a vase for some flowers or something. It's beautiful that you could take something that was once this and making it into something else that holds something even more beautiful. I was going through your tweets, trying to dig into who Chase Shakur is, and you're a hard guy to get a read on, man. You don't give us too much. You give us, 5 words here, 6 words there, maybe 8 if we're lucky. But I found one tweet from April of this year. So you said, was in the studio this weekend and someone heard my song and thought it was a sample. Biggest compliment I've ever received.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I've just found that one really interesting, man. I just found it really interesting, the feeling of accomplishment with your song sounding like it's not from you.
I felt so flattered. It had to be Hold You Down, but it was just my vocals. And like, people was like, what song is it? You gonna sample this? I was like, that's me.
It sounds that good that it couldn't even possibly be you. It's a sample. Is that a goal of yours, to sound completely new and drum up feelings of nostalgia? Is that something that you have in your mind, is like what one of the things you want to accomplish?
Yeah, my dream is to I want all the YouTube producers to sample my vocals. Or they Drake type beats I was playing. It feels really good. It's something I always like dreamed of, especially somebody that like scourging the internet for like tight beats. If I hear my voice on one of those beats, can't tell me nothing.
Can't tell me nothing. Are you a Kanye fan?
Of course.
Yeah, you're a big Kanye guy.
Yeah.
I feel that way, and it's not just because you said can't tell me nothing. It's you always having this desire to, when things aren't done, make them, when you feel like things aren't done, make them better. Kanye is that same way. I remember all of us waiting during the pandemic again, for Donda. It's coming this week. It's coming that week. I feel like you've had so many dates for It'll Be Fine. It's coming winter. It's coming spring. Now it's summer, and I know it's coming. I know it's coming this time. So I'm not even trying to insinuate like, nah, he's just lying. Chase isn't giving us that. But it's just I'd like to ask about that. I'm like, what artists, Kanye included, what other artists have inspired Chase Shakur?
Andre, like
Dax.
I wanted to be like Andre since I was like 6. Kendrick, Frank, artists that like really take their time with it and like they're like hands on. Yeah, like there's so many versions of the project. It's like at least like 7, but I'm glad we didn't like post it. I'm glad we didn't like submit it, because if we did, I feel like that would have been like, I feel like I would have been like kind of going in the same lane as everybody else. So I'm glad we didn't.
Me too. And hey, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, but that's for real though, man. That's for real. Artists that take their time and really craft what they want to feel, what they want, and put themselves in the studio and either behind the boards or they're right there in the engineer's ear or the producer ear, like, hey, do you mind if we switch this part over here? Maybe we can try this sound right here. Like you didn't have to tell me you were like that. I could just tell by the sound alone, because there's just there's certain artists that you can tell that they're rapping or they're singing over a beat that wasn't made for them. But with you, I feel that way. I feel like from top to bottom on It'll Be Fine and the music that I've heard before that, these beats were made for Chase Shakur with you in mind. They might have started one way, but they were crafted to get there.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, and that's really amazing. And I feel like that's really gonna connect with people, among other things, among the bottom nostalgia of this project. And just you as a person, you're a really interesting dude. I feel like people are really gonna want to know more about you, and they're really gonna enjoy this conversation we had here.
Yeah, like I know it seems like I'm hard to read, but it's also because I'm an old man on social media, so that also is a factor. But
you're a what on social media?
I'm an old man.
You're not an old man. You're about
Nah, I'm
22
old,
years
man.
old, bro. How
I'm
old are you,
old, man.
Chase?
I'm 22.
You're 22?
Yeah.
And this
I
guy
still don't
says
know how to
old.
make no TikToks.
Nah, bro. We need to get you on TikTok, man.
Yeah. I'm trying. Y'all been trying. He's been begging me to get on TikTok. I'm trying to get like y'all with the edits though.
I appreciate that, man. But it's about you. It's about Chase Shakur, not gender rec.
Yeah.
But yeah, please get on TikTok. We need to know more about who Chase is. This conversation is a good introduction into who you are and who your favorite artists are, and your thoughts on music, and your progression from where you were at the beginning of this process of It'll Be Fine to right now with the release. And it's people are really going to take something from this, but we need to know more.
But I feel like a butterfly right now.
You feel like a butterfly. Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just a feeling of like saying everything you had to say for the moment. It feels really good. It's like a restart, kind of sort of. It's nice.
Do you feel like you've gone through a metamorphosis?
Yeah. But I don't even think it's just me. Like looking around and like seeing like my team and stuff, like none of us are the same. Like from the start of the project to the end of the project. It's like we found answers finally.
Oh, I know for sure. And I've said this I've said this a lot of times. I was about to say amazing times, although it's that too. It's an amazing time having a conversation with you, Chase. But I've said this before. I know people are enjoying this. I'm looking at the timeline. I'm only seeing good things. And I only predict good things coming for you in the future. So, hey, Chase, it's been amazing getting to chop it up with you. Hope we get to do it again soon.
Always, brother.
Anything you want to leave with the people with before we wrap it up?
It'll be fine. And we making new waves and we inspiring. You know what I'm saying? That's how we getting down.
That's all you guys are getting for the day. I can leave you with that inspiring take right there. I'm Jen Direct, one half of the R&B Heads. This is Chase Shakur. We hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Mad love.